Welcome everyone to the What's Left podcast. John here with Jake and Brad. We are the punk rock garage band of podcast. Adding your voice of resistance as loudly as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. Guys, we officially struck a drug boat from Venezuela, killed 11 people, supposedly drug cartel. The only information, of course, we have to go on comes from the Trump administration, so take that for what you will. But before we get into any of that, we've got a lot to cover. So we're going to try to go through and hit as many points as we can. Busy, busy news day. Before we do, please like and subscribe. Really helps push us into the algorithm, especially the subscription part. Guys, yeah, U.S. conducts kinetic strike against drug boat from Venezuela, killing 11. So this is an escalation of that. What it is. I mean, he's got 50K on Maduro's head, the leader in Venezuela. There's the oil thing, there's the drug cartel thing. Um, and for me, I think the most chilling thing is that this is they're tying them, calling them actually using the word terrorist. And you know that I fucking that word bristles my spine because I know what the Bush administration made that word out to be, which is carte blanche to do whatever the fuck you want to whoever you want. And so I feel like that's just a further extension of Trump's powers, or just trying to test the waters and see what he can get away with here, like who he can get away with attacking with the drug cartel. I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
I a million percent agree with you. I think that his followers will eat it up as long as he says it's in the name of like getting drugs off the American streets or whatever. But there's like isn't there like a crazy political power grab going on in Venezuela right now?
Well, Maduro lost his election.
He's
Um,
not like
he's
giving
not.
up,
He's not.
right?
Yeah, he just didn't give up power.
Yeah.
The Biden administration didn't recognize him as the leader, along with a lot of the other places. Then it just kind of went away. I don't really know what happened there. It just kind of like faded into the news. I guess we're trying to get away from the whole regime change thing. We were now we're like super into it though, so that's pretty cool. Jake, you think that bombing this one ship in the middle of the Caribbean is going to have a major impact on the drug market?
No, was it actually a drug ship?
I mean, yeah, it would seem so. I have no reason to doubt them other than just like knowing that they lie about everything. Like I literally watched that press conference today where Trump just lied for no reason about everything. So yeah, I guess the only reason we have to doubt it is because it comes from them.
It's just weird to me that like Venezuela has never been like mentioned when it comes to the war on drugs. It's always been like a Mexico thing, and Mexico needs to stop drugs at their border. And then now all of a sudden they're like, actually, we have to bomb this boat off the coast of Venezuela right now.
Yeah, it is odd.
It's
Um,
the same way with Iran and their nuclear weapons. Like there was no talk of it, and then all of a sudden we're carpet bombing Iran to get rid of nuclear weapons.
yeah, well, at least with Iran, there was like a long history of like straw manning that one. Like, oh,
That's
Iran,
true.
Iran is weeks away from having a nuclear weapon. The
Yeah.
fuck up, dude.
They only mention Venezuela when they want to say that socialism is bad.
Exactly. That's a failure of socialism. Right.
Yeah.
But it's good enough to take their oil. I don't know. It's fucking. What's crazy is like in this timeline, this is not even the weirdest thing that's going on. This is hard. This isn't even it. Um, Trump was seen alive today, spotted live in person. Did you guys get a peek at him already?
I did. I seen them.
No.
Kind of. I mean,
I
it's a
tuned in at 2 and then waited, and then 2:30 and then waited.
yeah. It was like hours late, and so guess what's real sus about that? You know what was going on at the same time is they were trying to announce the pushing forward the resolution to bring the Epstein files out, Ro Khanna's and Thomas Massey's privileged resolution. So like that announcement came at like the exact same time, and it's just kind of weird how it was delayed just long enough to like interfere with that. Just just saying, just saying. But let's
Of
take
course it would be.
here's Trump looking like hammered shit. I can't. I don't know. Does he look? He looks worse though, like right? Like I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I felt like he looked like crap today. But let's take a listen to Trump responding to
Last
the
week, I did
rumors.
numerous news conferences, all successful. They went very well, like this is going very well. And then I didn't do any for 2 days, and they said there must be something wrong with him. Biden wouldn't do them for months. You wouldn't see him. And nobody ever said there was ever anything wrong with him, and we know he wasn't in the greatest of shape. No, I heard that. I get reports. Now, you knew I did an interview that lasted for about an hour and a half with somebody, and everybody saw that was on one of your competitors. I did numerous shows and also did a number of truths, long truths, I think pretty poignant truths. No, I was very active over the weekend. They also knew I went out to visit some people at the club that I own pretty nearby on the Potomac River. And no, I've been very active actually over the weekend. I didn't hear that one. That's pretty serious stuff.
I'm glad it's
Well, it's fake news. You know, it's just it's so fake. That's why the media has so little credibility. I knew they were saying like, is he okay? How's he feeling? What's wrong? I said, I just left. And it's also sort of a longer weekend, you know, it's Labor Day weekend. So I would say a lot of people, no, I was very active this Labor Day. I had heard that, but I didn't hear it to that extent. Go ahead, Peter.
What the fuck was that? He was very active, guys. Very, very active.
Yeah, basically people were like, Trump hasn't tried to defy the Constitution for 3 days. He must be dead.
He must be dead. Well, don't worry, he got to work today. I'll tell you that much. I don't know. Jake, does he look uh does it kind of look like somebody did like his like funeral makeup on
No, they're too focused on his hand for that.
him?
They still can't blend it in right.
He's just a vigorous handshaker.
I guess
Remember? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just lots of vigorous handshakes.
I've I've shaken some pretty firm handshakes in my life, and never once has it wound up with a bruise on my hand.
That's true, but you don't remember the Civil War either. So, I mean, there's that.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. I mean, the man is just one giant liver spot. He is 112 years old. Now he's talking about bringing the military to Chicago. Um, I'm not going to play his half, but I do have a little bit of the response from JB Pritzker, and I believe Mayor Brandon's in here. But either way, they both had some pretty powerful responses. Try to skip the Trump part.
In the coming days, we expect to see what has played out in Los Angeles and Washington, D.C., to happen here in Chicago. First, Donald Trump is positioning armed federal agents and staging military vehicles on federal property, such as the Great Lakes Naval Base. It is likely those agents will be with ICE, Customs and Border Patrol, the Department of Homeland Security, and other similarly situated federal agencies. Many of these individuals are being relocated from Los Angeles for deployment in Chicago. We believe that staging that has already begun started yesterday and continues into today. Second, unidentifiable agents in unmarked vehicles with masks are planning to raid Latino communities and say they're targeting violent criminals. As we saw in Los Angeles, a very, very small percentage of the individuals they will target will be violent criminals. Instead, you're likely to see videos of them hauling away mothers and fathers, traveling to work or picking up their kids from school. Sometimes they will detain, handcuff, and haul away children. They are law-abiding individuals who pay taxes and contribute to the communities who feel safe going to work and attending mandatory immigration check-ins. In other words, they're following the law.
So I thought that was pretty cool to hear. You come out strong, defending immigration. He also stopped short of saying that they would like actively resist. But guys, I feel like we've gotten to a point where if he is going to actively send the military into like we're talking about like the National Guard from Texas, the National Guard from South Carolina. Like at one point, does Illinois governor activate his own National Guard and tell them to make the other National Guard stand down. Like it sort
That'll
of,
get spicy quick, brother. That'll get spicy quick.
but doesn't it have to happen at some point? Like how much can you tolerate like having Texas march into your fucking state and try to tell you what the fuck to do?
What has to happen is these cowardly members of our Congress need to impeach him because this is against the fucking Constitution. But they're cowards, so they won't. None of them will. None of them are even talking about it. He's allowed to put him in D.C. He is within his constitutional right to put him in D.C. He is not within his constitutional right. A federal court just upheld that them being in L.A. was unconstitutional, and
Right.
now he's about to do it again. Like, I don't understand how he's just not impeached. It's so stupid.
I don't, Dave, I feel like we're underreacting, but am I overreacting here?
I just don't get how many guards that you have at your disposal. How many are in the,
Like in like a state National Guard?
yeah,
Depends on the state, I suppose.
like
But
putting them everywhere except for when they asked about schools to protect schools, and he was like, "Nah, never mind." But
yeah, yeah, schools or red states, you
yeah,
know.
we're not doing it because they're doing very well. I'll eat
I
my
can
own words when this man doesn't say very well in one of
I
this.
can tell you that Ohio sent 50 members of the National Guard to North Carolina when the flooding happened, and they sent 150 to DC. So I don't know like what percentage of their like state reserve that is, but those are the numbers of people they sent to these places.
I just feel like you're wearing it thin here.
Yeah. No, you would think, I don't know, like, and the crazy part is, so these guys in the National Guard, like, they are there, most of them, because it's school, it's opportunity you can't get anywhere in this country. Like, that's the whole reason people join the military anyway, is because you're from some poor ass state with no opportunity, and you can get a chance for an education, get some fucking health insurance. You know, you get some things that you just won't get anywhere else. Retirement pension, all that stuff. Uh, and like if they don't do what they're told, they could lose all that, and some of them have several years in it. So it's really down to like these officers and generals, I think. Like somebody has to stand up and say, no, we're not doing this. But I don't see it happening yet. And I'm just really disappointed that there's not more people in the military taking a stand against this. I mean,
What
especially
is what is the rules on that though? So like at what point in the military are you allowed to say no?
you
When you're given an
are
unlawful order,
required
Like
required to say
is
no to
that
an
like
unlawful
any
order.
position or is that like only like
nope.
Yeah,
an
That's
officer?
that's the bottom up.
that's the bottom up. You say no, and then you deal with the consequences, and you run it up the ladder. Like that's the position. Like you let it sort itself out. If it's unlawful, you don't do it. If you're told to shoot on an American citizen, for instance, you don't do it,
Right.
and you get arrested before you do something like that.
Members of the military took an oath to the Constitution, not to any man, so they do not take an unlawful order.
So I don't know. I just feel like something has to happen here. Like this is fucking crazy. It is literally insane that this man has the military in the streets. We have elections coming up ostensibly, and this is just a clear uh effort to just to stop that, like to or at least to chill it. I mean, they're doing everything they can to make sure that they keep power, which is nuts. I don't know. I feel like we're underreacting all of the time. And I just don't know. Like this is you do get worn down a little bit, don't you? Like I feel like I feel like I find myself like numb to things because I'm just there's so much of it.
Bro, there are days I hate doing this podcast with you guys. Like, I'll like leave work and be like, fuck, we gotta do the podcast tonight. Because I know it's just gonna suck. Like, we can't be like, hey, progress was made in our country, free education. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's all we're talking
there's
about. We're like,
nothing
hey, the
fun to talk
military's in
about.
our streets. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it, it's like, I hate being hyper aware of what's happening in the news. I hate it.
yeah, yeah, it sucks.
It must be cool to just have no clue what's going on.
It just because you don't know that you're being boiled doesn't mean that you're not still being boiled.
Yeah. Yeah, but dissociating is incredible. And if you don't know about it at all,
Yeah.
you're just out there living life.
Yeah. I guess until you get like too much of a suntan and then get like fucking swooped into a van and sent to like Sudan.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it gets kind of real.
Then you're like, damn, I guess I gotta pay attention.
What the
Shit.
hell happened? Fucking crazy. $5 billion more in corruption money from the World Liberty Financial uh thing that Trump has. They went public. The coin is losing money, but their investors like Justin's son, who is needs a pardon from Trump and has his sentence suspended, is holding on to his whole earnings. Made an estimated $5 billion just on that. Just fucking nothing to see here, folks. Isn't that fucking incredible?
And people just don't care.
Just like even Fox Business had something to say about that. Like they're like, "Wow, that's pretty crazy." Like, yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy. Five.
Yeah, they're just fleecing us. I don't understand how we don't understand this.
It is worse than that. It's even because like all this money is coming from like foreign governments, and
It's
meanwhile,
black market. It could be coming from anybody. It could be
anybody.
coming from everybody on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs.
For sure it is. The White House is actively engaged in trying to shut down, get people to vote against this resolution. Can you imagine? I, you know what? It's almost would be better if these Republicans do come out and vote against this because that will resonate. That will be a gong that sounds that I don't think a bell that they ring that they can't unring. If Republicans back out and do not pass this this legislation to have these Epstein files released, like that might be the I don't know, or am I just fucking overly optimistic? Is there just no chance?
I think you're a little bit over optimistic. I still don't think people will give it the weight that it needs to be given.
Yeah, I know. I try. Oh,
Um, if we get, I don't think it matters. Um, if we get to the elections, I don't think the Republicans can do anything to save themselves at this point. Like Democrats are whooping them, just outright whooping them in special elections. It's not even close. We're
yeah,
ending supermajority. It's not even close, and it's not even close.
it's better. I do want to like now you're being now you're being very optimistic, and I want to make sure we point some things out though because we are 15 points better than we were during 2024 with Kamala. We're 15 points up on that.
Yeah.
But we are still like in 2018 when we had that blue wave, we were +7 in a general election, like just Democrat versus Republican, like
Mm-hmm.
generic ballot, they call it. We're only +3 right now. So there is still a ton of work to be done. And I know there is because I personally like I gave money at we were at the fair, Jake and I with the family, and we were back in Youngstown. And I gave money to the local party. I gave some money to them, but I have still yet to donate to National Democrats for months because I don't trust them not to just blow it. I don't trust them not to just blow it. And I have not heard from them that they intend to prosecute anyone. I do not hear them. I don't hear a clear message. All I hear from APAC Shakur is that we are not endorsing Zohran Mandami yet. And you know what? At this point, we don't want your fucking endorsement because you will be primaried. You're being removed. Like that's what's happening. So get
Yeah.
fucking ready to lose your job. Your job.
They
Like,
they don't need our money.
no.
Um, they could get their message out with an iPhone and TikTok. They don't need our money.
$1 billion we gave them. We gave them like we want to talk about all the money that Elon Musk spent and fucking he did, and they spent it a lot, but we still gave them more. We gave them more money
Yeah, the
and we
people,
lost.
and we lost.
Yes. So fuck
That's because we had Beyonce out there
off.
shaking ass.
Bro, we did. You know what? I never got to see Beyonce, so it wasn't enough. All right. I feel like I paid for Beyonce, but I never saw Beyonce.
But I think the midterms, I don't care about the presidential election. I think that like right now, the special elections in Florida, even the district, they had two in Florida that were plus 20 or something for uh, Kamala and presidential are now plus 35, plus 40. Like
Yeah.
the swing is getting huge. And I think people that didn't, because we had so many people that didn't show up to vote last presidential election, which is bananas. Like
Hmm.
people just stayed home and were like, yeah, well, if he wins, he wins.
Right.
Uh, but now I think people are like, holy shit, this is what's happening because he's won. We got to remember to vote. And also, Republicans don't vote unless it's for the president.
That is traditionally true. Yes, that is. I mean, there are low propensity voters. Most of especially like white men turned out, which are the lowest propensity voters. Like they're the least engaged politically. Which when you have the least amount to lose, you know what I mean? It's like that's why. I mean, that is literally why. Um, they don't come out. But Trump, got them out there. The the racism got excited. Everyone wants to say the R word. But you know, congratulations to all of them on their big win. Hope you're fucking happy. Uh,
Ugh.
Also during that meeting, though, to get back to it, they asked Trump about if he thought it was a big deal that BRICS was having this huge meeting without him, and that's Russia and India and China. They were all having this China. They were all having this meeting without him, and he's like, "Oh well, I'm not gonna play this clip. I'm tired of hearing his voice." He's like, "Oh well, I'm all he can say is, oh, I'm great friends with Xi." Well, not good enough friends to be invited to his military parade. Like Kim Jong-un is there. All these guys are there. Remember, we were saying like months ago, like he's part of the new axis of evil, but he's not even a part of that. Like he tried to be part of that club, but now he's part of nobody's club. Now he's just an isolated idiot by himself, twiddling his thumbs. He has no friends. He has made us a complete pariah and laughing stock among the entire world. Nobody gives a fuck about us anymore. And that is just insane to me.
I don't understand how people thought isolationism was the answer. Fucking idiots.
Like
That's why I get
we
so upset. Like, what do you mean? Bring it all back to America. No, idiot. It's a global market. Use the global market. What are you talking about? You guys are dumb.
so
And here
stupid.
we are. Here we are. And now we have no allies, really.
None. We have nobody. We have
Yeah.
nobody, and we have expensive coffee. And I'm very tired.
So expensive, dude. I had to buy coffee today. Ugh.
Ugh, it's
Why
rough.
is it sting like that?
I don't know because you have no choice. But like you would just as soon stay in bed and get the sleep that you need, but you know that you can't do that because you're part of the American fucking work machine.
Man,
S-
I'm paying $1 a cup at home.
At home.
At home, I'm paying $1 a cup.
Right. Right. Well,
That's
fucking A.
bananas. That's bananas. That's crazy.
I'm gonna need a few more straps for these boots. It's fucking nuts. Well, so the window garbage. They got caught throwing
Oh yeah.
Trump's diapers out the window or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. They were letting that stink up the kitchen.
So they're throwing these things out the window. All right, well, we'll play one more Trump because so first of all, there's several camera angles of the windows of the White House being open and bags being thrown out. The White House spokespersons were asked about this earlier in the day, and they said, yeah, well, it's just a contractor throwing some stuff out the window or whatever, just some routine maintenance, you know, plausible enough. And then they asked Trump about it, and like he did this a couple times in the meeting. Like he had no reason to start off lying. Like when they asked him, like, did you hear that you died? The first thing he said was, no, I hadn't heard that. But then they were like, but yes, also I did hear that. But like this one is like the lie gets, and I'm speaking from experience, being somebody who has told many, many lies very poorly, and drunkenly. Like this is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like when you try to tell a lie drunk at a bar and then you get caught, but you're committed and you keep going. And that's what Trump does with this thing.
Can't open the windows. You know why? They're all heavily armored and bulletproof. So that's
A fake video.
well, it's got to be because I know every window up there. The last place I'd be doing it is that because there's cameras all over the place, right? Including yours. No, but every window, I've never seen a window that's. In fact, my wife was complaining about it the other day. She said, "Love to have a little fresh air come in, but you can't. They're bulletproof." And number one, they're sealed, and number two, each window weighs about 600 pounds. You have to be pretty strong to open them up. No, that has to be. Where was the window? Let me see.
Maybe from the renovations.
Which is the window?
It looks like this is on the 15th Street side, I think.
Yeah.
So right here.
Yeah, those windows are sealed. Those windows are they're all sealed. You can't open them.
The window that stuff is flying out of is completely sealed, fellas. Completely sealed.
He has he had to stick to his guns, dude.
I've been committed before, but boy, if that ain't the bacon, I don't know what is, man.
That was committed to the bit for sure.
Jesus Christ. Jake, don't stroke out on us.
It's just upsetting, you know?
It is. That is the president of the United States of America.
A little bit upsetting.
What was
What window?
what
The one that
window?
has fucking garbage flying out of it. That one.
There's no way you could see that on his phone.
What do you mean to bring the phone over to him? That was so fucking embarrassing. This is also embarrassing. It's
You know, you saw the video, was like, fuck. Well, those windows don't open.
yeah.
600 pounds.
I mean, okay, so listen. When I worked at the Jiffy Lube around DC, we would do oil changes occasionally at certain places for the Secret Service SUVs, right? But only certain Jiffy Lubes because they weight so fucking much because of all the bulletproof stuff. But the glass, uh, as thick as that was there's no way any of that weighs 600 pounds. Okay. It still worked with the regular mechanism up and down. You know what I mean? If it was 600 pounds, I don't know what you'd have to like fucking have a crowbar inside of it or something. I don't even know.
You know why it was a lie? Because he claimed that Melania still talks to him.
Yeah,
That's how you know it's a lie.
That's how you know. Anytime he brings her up, somebody else the shit the other day about a different thing.
She doesn't talk to you. She doesn't even be in the same room as you. I guarantee it.
That's crazy. Oh, Jake, do you know that Melania got the cover of Vogue?
Which one?
I don't
Next
know.
month? If she would have got
I,
September, I would have been done for. Done.
it must be next month if
We
it's
can do a
got the.
ceremonial burning when I get it.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, I would have paid money if I could find the clip. I would have brought it, but I couldn't find it. Anybody clipped it. But somebody
If
was
you
saying
want
that
to read what she has to say on the inside.
I think it was Jesse Waters who said that she had more class than Michelle or Jill and was prettier, and that's why she deserved to be there and had better fashion sense. It was definitely Fox News. I'm pretty sure it was Jesse Waters because he is, definitely he definitely gives like reads Vogue and then talks about Cabela vibes.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. She's hands down one of the worst first ladies we've ever had in our entire life.
for sure. For sure. And she's, also in the Epstein files. So there's that.
Dude, she's a mail order bride that's married to our president. What do you, I don't,
Why wouldn't she be? Like what else would we expect? He ran through any person who was willing to sleep with him not for pay real fast. Um, so it only makes sense. There's a lot of other headlines here. We're not going to be able to cover them all. Trump, uh, like we said, was ruled against in the illegal deployment of the National Guard in LA protests. The tariffs were ruled against. They're freaking out about that one. Let's touch this one real quick. Because they're freaked out because they're saying like, oh, well, no, we're not gonna be able to do anything. And in this instance, I actually agree with them because they have cut every other stream of revenue. If they also don't get this tariff revenue, boys, they're boned. They're also talking about maybe having to pay that money back, which would be insane.
that would be nuts. We would lose everything. We'd collapse. The market would collapse.
How would you unfuck that? Like, how would you
You
figure
couldn't.
out who had paid what would have been passed on to who?
We owe something. We owe something 30 some odd trillion dollars, dude. And we have to pay back allegedly a half a trillion dollars in tariff money. That's what they claimed we've made. And we owe something. We owe the universe $39 trillion dollars or whatever it is.
Listen, the thing about
And made up money.
the made up money, the thing is about that is that those are sealed and they don't open from the inside.
That's right.
Yeah, they waste, so we'll get people on it. That's such a clusterfuck. It's something that was so obviously illegal. Um, Jesus.
You don't control the purse, brother. We all know that.
Right. Like it's written one of it is the first article of the Constitution. It is the reason for the revolution. Like one person imposing tariffs on the country was like the stated reason. Like that's what started it all. Like they had a bunch of other gripes, but they're like, there is no way this motherfucker's taking my money.
Right.
Yep.
And now what's going to happen is it's going to be a long, drawn out process where they bring it up in Congress and then Democrats smoke them in the midterms and then it gets halted and we go back to Donald Trump doing nothing and spending a bunch of taxpayer money in the process. Just like his last term.
Yep.
If he did
Yeah.
nothing else, he did nothing.
Yeah. Oh, they're spending like crazy, dude. I mean, that alligator Alcatraz thing they just put together for no reason. I mean, that was 450 million. They're building all kinds of them all over the place. They got the Trump branded things. They just bought this, which is fucking terrifying. The U.S. Immigration Access will have access to one of the world's most sophisticated hacking tools. Uh, Trump decided to move ahead with a contract with some company called Paragon Solutions. They were founded in Israel, make spyware that could be used to hack into any mobile device, including encrypted applications, like Signal, where we keep our military secrets. But yeah, so ICE now has um that technology, which is just fantastic, just great, just fucking great because ICE is some of our best trained and uh most transparent uh police force.
I love
Fucking
seeing the videos on TikTok of them just clouding ice.
yeah,
It's so funny to me.
it is.
And
They
what
don't.
hotels they stay in, and they make noise outside of it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that's the good
Where do you
trouble
find
we
a
hear.
spotlight like that too? That's crazy. I don't know how they have this stuff. Who owns a spotlight?
You just, the internet, you find it.
You can find anything on the internet.
That's for sure.
Giving people personal information now. It's exciting.
How exciting. All right, I got some good stuff. You guys want to say some like positive
Well,
things?
can I say one more? They started arresting protesters at outside of Pulse nightclub for the crosswalk.
Oh shit, no kidding.
Three,
Is that still escalating? I know they were going back and forth.
three people were arrested.
Have they They've pulled it up brick by brick, which was an insane waste of money. Just to be spiteful.
It keeps
Um,
getting washed off. They're blocking it off. There's
yeah, don't they have National Guard troops patrolling it now?
yep, as they were washing it too.
That's
That's
that's so crazy.
so petty and
Mhm.
stupid. And also, Ron DeSantis wears heels. So maybe like don't be such a fucking hypocrite.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Relax, Ronnie.
Relax, Roddy. Not to mention, him and his wife committed $11 billion worth of Medicaid fraud.
Oh
That they're
yeah.
still remember, like that just happened a few months ago. So that's still a thing we're going to have to prosecute them for. And that alligator Alcatraz thing is awful fucking fishy too.
That feels like a fucking pardon coming.
Mm-hmm. Feels like somebody got fucking paid, and it probably wasn't the contractors. All
I'm sure
right.
not, dude. So many backhanded deals. I mean, that's all of Congress, but obviously, like, they're out in the open about it at this point. They're not even trying to hide it.
Oh, Before we go, so also tomorrow, some new survivors of the Epstein files will be out on the Capitol steps being given a voice. It's speculated that one of them may be Katie Johnson, who was the 13-year-old who Donald Trump allegedly raped. Let me not get sued. Allegedly raped, and then she was intimidated into not testifying, not talking. Um, and So maybe it's her, maybe it's not, but several of them will be given a voice on the steps of the Capitol tomorrow, and that should be interesting. So Trump has some bad days coming. There's about to be some stuff coming out about this, and this I wanted to play real quick because I feel like we should take a second with our small platform to give voice to some of the survivors. I thought this was an interesting clip from NBC News.
Show of hands, who would like to see President Trump definitively rule out a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell? Every single one of you.
Yes, everybody.
Marika, are you frustrated he hasn't done so yet?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, just toying with the idea is an insult.
What would you say to the president if he could hear you right now about this, about the potential pardon, about the case, about all of this that's in the ether right now?
Would ask why he's putting so much attention on convicted criminals and why he seems to value them more than us.
Does anybody else have thoughts on that? Lisa, generally?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would say it's so big right now because this administration ran their campaign on this. These were promises that they had made. And if you're in that level, in that capacity, it's your diligence, it's your duty to do what your constituents, the American public is asking you for. So that's all we're asking.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just one side or the other. This is a nonpartisan issue. Everyone is asking, even his base is asking.
There should be a billboard outside of every Republican's church that just reads, "This person supports Ghislaine Maxwell. This person is covering up the Epstein files." That's if the Democratic Party sent me an email, said that's what they're planning on doing, they can have my little monies.
They can have my little monies.
Till then, fuck all the way off. But I am interested to see what comes out tomorrow. So we'll definitely be talking about that. Any thoughts on the victims, guys?
It's just unfortunate that they have to relive this. Obviously, there's never gonna be justice for these people, dude. And we know they exist, but to see faces kind of puts it into perspective for anybody with basic empathy, I would think.
You would think. Jake?
I watch a lot of true crime documentaries and stuff, and this feeling the need for justice is one of the biggest things. And these families are torn apart for years and years. It just eats away. It never goes away. I can't imagine just what they're going through still to this day. And what she said, highlighting the villains, not the people being hurt. She's right on the nose on that one.
Yeah. And you probably have some ability to compartmentalize those things. But when it's dragged through the national news and made part of a presidential campaign, that wound's reopened whether you like it or not. I'm sure of it. All right. Let's get to some of the things that might help save us. We had Zohran Mondami on the I've Had a Podcast this morning. And just watch. I just want just watch. He was just so naturally himself. He's so comfortable in his own skin, and it's so easygoing. And Hakeem Jeffries has also been on this podcast, and he was the robot that he is. And just the difference is striking. But I just want to play this, remind people this is what there are people like this out there.
Eric Adams. I'm sure a scavenger hunt was fun for the people with nothing better to do. Mamdani is trying to turn our city into the Squid Games.
I think that's real.
It's real.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a guy whose administration has had fun doing illegal things.
Right.
And now thinks it's illegal to have fun. There is room for joy in our politics.
Yes.
As corny as it may sound, if all we ever do is struggle and fight, we will exhaust ourselves. We have to also have a vision of what life could be like, what we're fighting for.
Yeah.
And I think part of the inability of Cuomo and Adams to understand the scavenger hunt is that they don't understand the room in a working person's life for rest, for relaxation, for time.
And I would just say they're fun haters.
Yeah,
that was a nice way for you to put it. I'm going to go on the record. Andrew Cuomo,
If you only have 2 seconds, it's
Eric
fun
Adams,
haters.
you're fun haters.
I mean, come on. Where is that from the rest of them? Never see that. But
You don't. But he makes a good point about the fighting. Like, we're just fighting. We got to remember that there's like potential for, good.
yeah, we want good things. We were doing this so that we can have good stuff. Like the unions, the people, and this is Labor Day weekend just happened. Like, just a reminder, like there were people who fought and died for your ability to only have to work 40 hours a week. And now we are back to a situation where if you work less than 50, you are not paying your bills. We are back to a place where, your basic like time off, vacation time, like you can't afford to go on vacation. Like the unions fought for those things. We had those things and we let them go in pursuit of potential ginormous windfalls in the tech era and, big fucking, you're not going to need your union or your fucking labor job anymore because you're going to have internet job where you'll website all day and things will just fucking money will come from the sky and everything's going to be great and don't worry about it and fucking China will make that and here we are and all of those things happened for some people but then the rest of us just got left behind and more people got left behind and more people got left behind and the gap has grown and grown and grown and now we have a situation where we're ruled by several oligarchs. We have more wealth inequality than the era of the robber barons. And Democrats will tell you, like Alyssa Slotkin, that you shouldn't say the word oligarch because people don't understand what that means. We're so stupid. We don't know. We didn't be in the CIA. But somehow this fight oligarchy tour is doing pretty well. And Graham Platner is the challenger for Susan Collins in Maine, and he was a highlight in a packed arena in little old Maine. 6,500 people showed up in an off election year to hear this, and this was probably his biggest standing ovation right here.
Our taxpayer dollars can build schools and hospitals in America, not bombs to destroy them in Gaza.
Yeah, that's a Democratic candidate getting an authentic standing ovation, not one that's, canned for the State of the Union, but a real one.
And you can pan out to the crowd and it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still going. There's pictures from all the way up in the rafters of the exact same thing video. I mean, it's just, there's an excitement and it's simple, man. It's just like his messaging is much like Mondami. He's got some of the same advisors and he's got Bernie's endorsement and some of Bernie's old people. They're out there, man. They're out there. There's several of them, and they're doing this thing, man. And that's what's going to save us. We are not the Democratic Party itself is not going to save us. The people who challenge Democrats in the primaries are the people that we are going to take them back. That's where it's going to be. So like, that's the people we want to fight for, not fucking Hakeem Jeffries. I'm not giving you a red cent of my money for you to fucking stutter over the ABCs of fucking the Constitution or whatever weird shit you're doing on the internet. Um, or that picture of him holding the baseball bat looking like a toddler. None of that. None of that. I'll stand and clap for that, though. That was pretty cool. Have you guys gotten to know Graham Platner at all yet?
I've seen a few different clips of him. I saw one that was kind of like a quick biography type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he gives a pretty short, quick biography. He's a oyster dude. I don't know. I'm not from Maine. I like him. I'll eat him. But he's like an oyster farmer, I think is what they call him.
Yeah.
But he's just a regular dude and he's running for Senate. And you know, the message is so simple and so out there. It's such a fucking layup. It's a goddamn soft toss. And Democrats refuse to swing at it. But like, look what happens when you take someone with no politics experience whatsoever, and he just goes out and takes a hack. It's a home run. It's a home run.
Easy, easy.
They're throwing you derby balls, man.
Right?
You got like fucking the stupidest version of Stalin, fucking stumbling around the White House with fucking bruised hands, melting makeup. His fucking brains are running out of his ears. And I mean, the most fucking clear corruption that's ever happened in the history of the world, just right out in the open. I, the fucking people being swept off the streets. It's the fucking genocide in Gaza. Like there are so many things to be loud about. It is such a political fucking opportunity, and yet the only thing the Democrats will do about it is create a larger vacuum for Trump to say more stupid things. You're just sitting here relying on him to fuck up when all you have to do is say that. But if you just said that everywhere all the time and answer to everything, you'd win in a landslide. Say
That's
that
it.
say that like you say Israel has a right to defend itself and watch your fucking poll numbers skyrocket. Easy.
They do nothing.
Easy fucking peasy. Yeah. They do nothing. They will do nothing. That's fine. Their fucking time has come too. They're all gone. Believe it. All right. Uh let's go to Australia real quick. This is such a Yeah, this is fucking disturbing. So I only have this one. The other one was not shareable, but this guy does. We'll explain a little bit of what's going on.
This is a bad one. So
this country was built by our ancestors. It was bled for by our ancestors on the beaches of Gallipoli, in the bushes of Kokoda. They bled for a white Australia.
I don't know which part of this whole protest that's more embarrassing, the fact that this protest actually took place, or the fact that they let a neo-Nazi, racist, white supremacist take the mic, or not the fact that he said that, 14-year-olds should be of legal age of marriage. Did you guys know this? And Australia was never a white country given it had a black history of 65,000 years of continuous culture. Hate and racism has no place in this society, and all of you who attended this rally, embarrassing.
Period.
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 It's the same everywhere. If these white people here in America think that they somehow have a right to this country because they've been here for 200 fucking years, you sound dumb. You sound so fucking dumb. You have no idea. It's so fucking
No
stupid.
clue.
Fucking embarrassing is right.
But they do, dude.
They really do. What a cringeworthy fucking day for the president of the United States and the United States more generally. Fucking fantastic. Gotta love it. All right. Anything else you guys want to throw out there? All right. All right, cool. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. You can buy a t-shirt at derealizationnation.com to help us, pay for this Zoom Pro and, whatever other little costs we incur. You could also give us a little paid subscription on Substack as an option. It's not required. All of our stuff is free and always will be. But it does help us out a little bit, man, to help pay some of these bills, you know? Shit's getting expensive, especially electricity. Anyhow, until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
No Kings, round 2, October 18th. Set your calendars.
Be there.